Hey, Michael Fasone with Fasone and Partners Advertising, and I want to continue the market share conversation. I know I talked last about how if you're not paying attention, you can still lose market share while having record sales. Remember the lesson from my video on creating an ad budget and how a part of that directly relates to market share. It's worth repeating, or rewatch the video on creating your advertising budget. But for example, you have an auto dealer who sold 800 cars for the year. The next year, they spent the same amount of money on advertising and sold 900 cars. The next year, they spent the same amount of money again and sold 925 cars. That car dealer is actually decreasing their advertising each year. And you say, so what? They're selling more cars every year. And I say, how many cars could they have sold if they were as aggressive the last 2 years as they were in that first year? Or, and this is huge, what happens when business falls off on the 4th year and they don't know why? And what was their share of market for that 3-year period? So don't let a good sales period make you lose sight of market share. In this instance, they have no idea why they're losing to the competition, despite a very strong sales period. If they were to monitor their market share, they could have adjusted along the way. Regardless of sales, you need to position yourself for the future. They could have been increasing their sales for the last 2 years, but losing their share of market to the competition. Yes, there may have been a strong car market for those 2 years, but their lack of aggressive advertising cost them cars they could have sold and market share they could have kept for years. It's worth repeating, this not only costs potential sales, but precious market share that they could have maintained for years. And maintaining market share is much easier than trying to gain market share.